Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Hope you guys all are well. My name is Sherika, and this is CHAYE Fashion, Art, and Beauty. Hello, good evening. It's like 9:45. Finally was able to finish all my tasks for today to get on. Just to continue to talk about where I left off on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. But yes, so come on in. This is CHAYE Fashion, Art, and Beauty. Please come in, say hello. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to hear from you, see where you're coming in from, what town, what city, what country. That will be amazing. Today I'm just going to discuss a little bit more about my brand, my company, who we are, as we've said before, and our big why we're doing this, why we are coming at this time, which is so needed. So for me, when it comes to sort of brand, sort of knowing who the go-to on certain things, you've got certain names that you see. And from my background of being a bespoke designer, bespoke, all of these things, it kind of comes naturally to me, for me to do bespoke things or things more like a niche for certain people groups, certain type of culture. So in my hair care brand, CHAYE Beauty, I specifically cater for curly hair, namely curly, low porosity, thick hair. But also I've seen my products, because I've done testing around where I've seen where it works on medium porosity and also high porosity. It just depends on the time that you would use it. So if you're going to use it on somebody that's got high porosity, you don't really need to leave the conditioner on that long. You don't really need to sort of deep condition your hair that much, because your pores, the shaft on your hair is open to receive all the pores. So I've really spent some time looking into this, working with a couple schools that specializes in organic skincare, organic hair care. So that's where I'm still working on and going through to perfect certain things that I think it will be good just to have a certificate for it, because you're already living what you're doing. Yes, so I saw the need for people with curly hair to have products specifically made for them, but not just because I've used other products. I've used Shea Moisture, and there's certain things that it doesn't. It caters for more, I think, more hair that's like medium to high porosity a lot better than it does for low porosity. So my main concern was low porosity, and I also think because my main concern was low porosity, all the products that I made works for medium and high porosity, because you just leave the products on for shorter time periods. So that's the need I saw, and I saw that for my type, for people with curly hair, it was always like straight hair and then you could use it for curly. But I want this to be something specifically made for curly hair types. It's for them, it's by a person that's like them, so it makes perfect sense. And I've been doing this for ages by myself, with friends and family, just making stuff and say, try this, what do you think, and try that. But since we've got time on our hands through the lockdown, it's like, let's do something with this thing that you love doing. You'll spend hours doing your hair, you'll spend hours just working on something for yourself. Why not monetize that? Or why not share your passion with others? I really enjoy doing hair completely. Like, I didn't know I did. I just like doing my own hair. But it's when my mom was like, you spend hours making stuff and put it in your hair, and then, like, what are you going to do with that? So that was good. But anyway, so that's where I saw like an opening for me to make something specific. It's organic, it's natural. So where I couldn't find organic, I go completely natural, and all the product line is it's I think it's made with people of curly hair type in mind. It's like I that was my main focus. I wasn't thinking about anyone else. That's what it was made for. But when it comes to my fashion brand, that is like, I've got like, that is like the core of me. I love it. I've done loads of different collaboration, but it's been the deeper part of me that needs to unfold that part, and it's been a bit scary. I know you've all have been through it, where you feel nervous to do the thing that really means the most to you, but I feel like this is the time that we all have a voice, we all have something brilliant to say, and to a certain type of people or people group. So it's not for everyone, but your voice is so needed, your story is so needed, your part in this whole thing called life is so needed, and it's a lack of that why some people are not getting the help they need, because sometimes we're self-conscious. But I was told by my coach that, think of it this way, that the mission that you have to do is greater than the fear of failing. So your mission is greater than what you think of yourself, as in it's greater, it's so big, it's not just, oh, it's me. It contains, because if you look at the circle of life, everything depends on something else to live, and someone's dependent on you to grow, to be encouraged, to do something. Maybe you're a very good painter, maybe, and people love stuff like that, and you are missing in that background. So I found that I was missing in that background. I love beautiful, aesthetic, gorgeous things, and I would do, because I'm in design. It's all about seeing, it's all about haptic, it's all of these things, and I found that was the most important, and that's what my calling was. But I was scared to do it, so I never did it. I talked about it, I wrote about it, I did things, I did everything around it but now is the time for me to do it. And I feel like now, if you're holding on to something, now is the time to do it. Don't wait until you're 60 and then you're rushing to do it. Do it now while you've got the chance, because now you have an opening. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. So, be bold. So I think with this, with my kind of thoughts around, and my why for doing the fashion is like, because I want to give women timeless pieces. I just want beautiful things to be on all women. Like, they should feel beautiful, they should look beautiful, whatever size. They should feel like what they're spending their money on is worth it, without having to buy a Chanel or a Gucci or whatever. And why not buy local? Why not buy from somebody and it's just like, it's really, I feel like every time I keep getting like visions of stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to do it. And I think when you're getting this push, you should just go with it. So, I feel like I've been commissioned to do this, and I want it also to be something like, it's bespoke, it's couture, it fits you well, but it also is in a price bracket that people like us, we can afford it. It looks good. It's not something that's gonna like completely fall apart in 3 washes. It's a really good product. It starts with good material, and that takes time and it takes money. But all of those things, when people understand your kind of values behind it, it's worth the buy. And I believe that it is worth the buy. So, I've written down that I want women to feel special in clothes that they wear, by offering like a service to them, an extra service, an extra bespoke thing, where they can see, where they can feel, where they can touch, where they can feel like, I know there's a certain design for this, but the way this person's made it for me, it fits my body. And I don't have to hide my curves, I don't have to hide my rolls, because this fabric fits me and it suits my, it just suits you. So, I've also said I want to be a source of employment, because when you have these things, you're going to be employing people. So think, when you're thinking of your brand, when you're thinking of yourself, think bigger than you only. So this is why the mission is greater than the way you feel about yourself or your capabilities. It's greater because it's not a lot of people that's getting this particular thing. And even if they are, the way you look at it is completely different. This is why there's no need to compete, because I'm different from Esther and Esther's different from me. So if we did the same thing, it will come out completely beautiful, each thing completely beautiful and unique. And I think that's worth celebrating. And I really want to celebrate that in women, young women, older women, all of these things. You just want people to feel good and know that they're accepted for who they are, and that there's things about them that they don't have to hide, because they've got something that, you know, as I was saying, for clothing, that really complements their body shape and not fight against it. So it's not trendy but timeless. And this is my whole kind of thought behind producing these pieces, that it's timeless. So it may not be the most expensive, it may not be for everyone, but it is going to be timeless, and it is going to be beautiful. Exactly, Melissa. We have our own niche. And it's just society that makes us want to fight against each other, to saying that there isn't enough space, but there is. Not everybody's born to create, but those who are creators were born to do that. And that's what I am. I am a creator, and I love to collaborate. I love to work with people, but I also know when it's time. And if it's time, you just got to work with the time. So, so I want to tell a story that encourage people to live their best life, you know, to be their best self, to be kind, to be, you know, to just, I think when you feel good about yourself, you don't have time to be nasty. And I know this sounds like a big thing and like but it really all makes sense when you feel like, if I feel good about me, I tell somebody how good they make me. You know, you see good things in others. And I feel like, you know, women are so underappreciated in certain things, and their value in all these different walks of life. And men are too, but I'm really talking about women because it's a women's wear line. So I'm not discounting men. They're beautiful as well. So we need them. But so to collaborate, I also want to collaborate with young designers, you know, those that are still in school, not quite sure, but just needs a helping hand. So that's my vision. And I also want to be able to give people different experiences. So, you know, if you desire to have an in-home service that can be available to you, all of these different things. And it's not far-fetched. It's very much within my means to do, because as I've said in my previous video, so this is the second of 7 videos where I'm going to discuss and talk about what I do. I just really want to cater. I want women to feel comfortable. So I'm talking about the fashion line. I also want to give them the ideas that, you know, they don't have to be in the same clothing that everyone's wearing to be beautiful or to be in the in crowd. They can stand out because who they are and how they were brought up is so unique to them, and how they see it and how they portray it with other people is gonna make whatever they do just be, you know, don't be afraid to be different. That's what I'm learning. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to be bold. Don't be afraid to be quiet when need to. Don't be afraid to be you. And I think society, even with schools, and they mean well, but they all try to make us do one thing, and they say you have to do this to be this. But there's so many different avenues. Not saying people shouldn't go to school. School is good. I went to school and I'm glad I did. But it's kind of like, it's not, you know, it's not one size fits all. And when we find ourselves as we're growing up, as women specifically, when we grow, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So as we're growing up as women, we like grow into our own. We grow into loving the things that we used to hate about ourselves. We grow into, you know, just being more relaxed with who we are. And I love that. I mean, I was a terrible 21-year-old. I'm so glad that time is over. I was terrible. I mean, you don't know who you are, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what to do. You think you have to do what everybody else is doing to fit in, and you think you have to be someone you're not. You think you have to do everything to get it. It's so terrible. I mean, 21-year-olds now are way smarter than I was. But I'm just saying, I like who I am now because I've grown from the things or the mistakes I've made, and they're very vital. Everyone needs to make them. It's a part of life, and we grow from that. So I just want to give you an idea of, you know, the reasons why. So if you see my brand, you could know that I'm not about a quick buck or whatever. There's true values behind this. It's you know, it's all about me as a person as well as my team that's working with me. So I never like to just do things by myself. Like, I always like to bring people in to get their ideas, to say, oh, you've gone off board, just to bounce ideas off. And as a designer, we always do that. We like, okay, we have an idea, then you kind of pitch it to someone, say, what do you think? And they may give you something. It's always good. Never stop learning, never stop taking advice from people you trust, and always push to be more of the person that you can be. So if you're kind today, try to be even more kinder tomorrow. If you've designed one thing today, or if you're doing research, try to do more. Try to be, you know, be more of who you are. And I know that's scary because sometimes we don't know when we're young. And but even as you get older, you're not quite sure still, but you're still being open to know more about you. Our bodies and who we are, we're like multi-dimensional. We're not just a face. We are emotions, we are spirit, we are, you know, the things that are unseen. And then we are also a body. So we have our body that's there, that needs care and all the, but you also have the parts of you that's the intellect, the emotion, the things that happen to you that forms you. And sometimes it's difficult, but don't despise those things. It really makes you, honestly, it really makes you a better person. And some people take it for the worse, but if you push through and you know that, oh, this happened to me, it wasn't quite nice, and you know, but I can, it's not easy, and you will, but when you start to look deeper, you will see that there's something off, and then you will try to fix it. And it's the trying to fix it where you learn more about you. You even learn what you like and what you don't like, you know, like really pinpoint it so you're quite clear. Yeah, so as a business, as a brand, we do hair products for curly hair. So white people with curly hair have used my products and it works well. Indian, black, that's all I've noticed so far. Mixed, so like mixed between black and white, Indian and black, all of these, they've used my products and it's worked for their hair. So I just really feel like I feel liberated being able to do this, because I know that it's like you've got something that works for our hair and is for our hair, and nobody can take that, and it's gonna get better every time, every formulation. It's gonna get even better, more pronounced, more known, and all of these different things. And with like the fashion brand, it's coming along, but it's gonna, when you see it, you're really gonna get what I'm trying to say. It's just gonna bring everything to life. And I just want to make timeless, beautiful, elegant pieces. And I'm not saying, you know, you can't do trendy stuff, but that's where I think my CHAYE X line will be doing more of that, where I collaborate with other people. So please stay tuned. Please share the video. I don't know how it works on Instagram. I don't know how to share it, but please share it with someone, and invite them to kind of buy into niche indie brands, you know, like myself. There's a lot of people out here that they really have a passion to make, and I say the world a better place, and it sounds kind of like cliche, but it's really by doing what they love to do, you're making the world a better place, because you're so consumed with doing this so well. You don't have time to hate. You don't have time to worry about somebody else. You're just concentrating on making a good product for your client, and that's it. That's what I'm consumed with, making a good products for my clients, something that they will love, something that they will tell people about, something that they will share and see how it changed their hair game, changed their clothing game, everything about them. And I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I'm saying I'm one of the ones. And I hope you come along with this journey with me and see what is unfolding. Watch the space. Go to my website, www.thechaye.com. And yeah, email me on here, text me on here, and on Instagram, and see how everything goes. But I thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss anything. For all of my background on all these different things, and why I know this is the time, and why I know this is for me, is because it's you know, when something's just speaking to your soul, you're like, God, I can't shake it. It's been like years, I can't shake it, I have to do it. So this is what it's come to, and I'm so happy about that. And you know, in everything where you have a downturn, so in terms of coronavirus and everything, there is always a way to get back up out of that. And it's tough for some people. I know some people, I'm so sorry for all those people that's lost their lives, those people that have been through really tougher times than most of us. Yeah, we just send prayers to them and hope that, you know, they could see beyond the time that they're going through now. Families that are broken apart because the strain of everything. We just pray that they get well and things work out for them. But I thank you so much. Please keep them in prayer as well. Just keep them in your mind. Think good thoughts towards them. That helps. I know it may not seem like it does, but it does help to think about somebody other than yourself, and kind of bring positivity through your mind towards them. So I hope this was good for you as it was for me. I really was more relaxed than my first one, so I'm getting used to the Instagram live. Yay me. But it was really tough. I didn't understand it and I was really nervous. I am still nervous, but I hope this was informative for you. I hope this gives you a more insight into me and my brand, CHAYE Fashion Art Beauty, what we're about, and that you know every one of us, we should at least once or twice in the year try to buy from an indie brand, try to buy from somebody that's, you know, just somebody like you that has a passion and is doing it. It's just to be supportive and to help those that, you know, that other major brands don't really need that. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for being here with me and spending your time. And I know it's, you know, time you won't get back, but I know that this must have blessed you somehow, because it talks about something that's inside each and every one of us. We all have a passion. I know some are bigger than others, but we all do. And, you know, go for it. Don't wait around. Do something towards it today, a tiny step. So that's all it takes, is one step towards that passion and that goal. And yeah, pretty soon it will be a reality. So anyway, love you guys lots, and thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so much for sharing. Please share, and thank you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I could wash my hair out because it needs a wash. Thank you. Bye, guys.